It was the summer of 2017, more or less. And the team got word that a new brother was joining Green Team.
We had a really good thing going, and I remember being a little worried that could change if we got the wrong personality.
He shows up as Tyler's assistant, because I remember Tyler, he really wanted an assistant bad.
Kind of happened like real fast. It was like one day he wasn't here, and all of a sudden it's like, there's a person, a new guy on our team, and he's going to be an assistant overseer.
Bring out, who is this guy? What does he do? What's he going to do on the team? Does he edit? What's he like?
And so I remember I was in the hallway with Steph, and Ben turns the corner. And he turns the corner, and we're like, oh, that's Ben Williams. He's here. It's like his first day. I didn't even know he was coming. Hi, Ben. I'm Stacy. Nice to meet you. Oh, my goodness, we're so happy you're here. And Ben was like, oh, okay. So he didn't match our energy, and we were just like, maybe we overwhelmed him.
The first time I feel like I got an impression was when we gave him the superhero personality test.
He says he's the Wolverine type, which was awesome because he's got knives all in the office and he's, constantly getting the forearms strong and going.
But he said it so fast that, just the fact that we're in this big group of people and we were super rowdy and probably a little obnoxious, for him to just, join in on it and have, a funny answer, it just, I think it put a lot of us at ease. Oh, good, he's got a sense of humor.
Then we knew, yeah, he's going to fit in perfectly right on Green Team.
I think, when his sense of humor started to come out at some of the meetings and things, that was a lot of fun to see him start to feel comfortable enough with us to be more than just doing the job, but now to let us have part of who he really was. That was really fun.
So we've had all sorts of sense of humors on the team, right?
You got to love Ben's sense of humor. It's right up to the line. I don't know. Can we say stuff like that on this?
Sure. Like a clean state highway worker. I'm just kidding.
Kind of a goofy sense of humor, but I think he did really well in using it to create team camaraderie and just kind of relaxing us a little.
Most of his jokes, every time he said them, deserved a little da-dun-ch every time. He was just, yeah, he's pretty funny.
And then I came to his office for the interview, and it was like, oh, okay, this guy's interesting.
You could count on that, whether it be a newest knife or brass knuckles. What are the brass knuckles doing there? Why does anyone need brass knuckles if you're not in a mafia movie in 1950?
Yeah, you don't always know what to expect, and that's part of what makes it fun.
It's probably the weirdest thing in his office. Well, arguable. I think it's probably one of the most endearing things about him is that he is so goofy.
Well, Ben used to be a Mennonite before he came to Bethel. No? Yeah, so I remember his first Watchtower comments, they let him give them with full beard still. I was in Watchtower study down, because I was doing the microphones and stuff. I have a picture, man. It's insane. And, he was very humble as a new Bethelite and just shaved it right off. I was so proud of him.
Team meetings. This is the editing team meeting jingle. Because you'd probably never believe this, but a xylophone can be really, really, really irritating to listen to by somebody who doesn't know how to play it. But he's always trying to boost morale, and I think if he can get a laugh out of the team, then he's succeeded.
Maybe it's just the stress of the editing team. Ben's always good about just taking the time to see the humorous side of life. And I think it's a good survival tactic for all of us.
And it's not just the amount of it, it's the willingness, right? So Ben is so willing to bring a joke into things, to break the tension, to make people feel comfortable, to make you feel at home and part of the family that he's created. on the team. So I love that about him.
That's how Ben shows up. He shows up to give other people joy.
I was even trying to explain it to my husband, Tim, when I first came. I'm like, they do this thing where it's like every day of the week has like a theme, and then we all send these GIFs to go along with the theme.
That kind of drew us together. Just the fact that everybody posted a little something made everybody chuckle. Humor is his way of bringing people together. It might be his love language. It might be how he shows his love, right?
I know I always felt like he loves the team, like this thing is something that he does from the heart.
He's just always taking care of someone on the team, and always prioritizes that even above other things.
These moments when when I've just gotten done unloading on him, and I can be a little brutal. Sometimes I've used him as a punching bag, unfortunately, and I sort of regret that. But Ben did this thing over time. He learned this way of dealing with me in particular, where he would kind of do like that, like give me like he would just kind of, instead of saying exactly what he could have said, probably should have said, he would give it time and kind of just continue to listen. And I was like, wow, that was a lot of restraint. I think he matched each person and was able to, as a good overseer, adapt to them and help them individually.
I felt like Ben was, at least for maybe me or the sisters, a protector, where he always tried to save us from stupidity, for lack of a better word.
And if he saw that someone was drowning, like, he'd be the first person to be there to, like, help you up. I had a really, really rough project. Ben came in with another brother to offer shepherding, and it was just what I needed. And it was so thoughtful, and he took action that day. Like, within an hour, he took action on the thing that was stressing me out.
You know, everyone's Bethel experience is so different. You have your ups, you have your downs. Not like we're so close, but sometimes Jehovah uses someone in a way that just makes a big difference in your own life. Him leaving is tough.
I really can't talk about people like that. Because it's like, we're going to miss him a lot. And he brings people together. He really does. And I'm probably crying because I'm going to miss everybody here too. But he does. He brings so many people together. And sometimes you don't realize it until it's no longer a thing. He's no longer here, or you're gone from it, or you're definitely going to miss it when you don't have it. It's those little things, and it's the things that people do that make you want to come to work every day. And so, like, pandemic kind of roasted us, right? And so he brought us together. He's like, let's do this. It's something small. And we were excited. We were baking stuff for that day, And so it says a lot about his personality, that he loves people. He loves to bring people together. And we all felt the benefits of it, right? The positive benefits of having somebody care for us like that.
That's what I like about him, is he's been so steady for so many years, and has kind of been like, spiritually, emotionally, like an anchor for the team.
Many times, you see animals like birds looking so graceful on the outside, but paddling like mad underneath. And sometimes I wondered if that's the way Ben Williams was, because he always was so calm.
Some of the people that I talked to in the team, they're like, yeah, I just not feeling it today. I'm going to go talk to Ben. I'm like, wow, he's that type of brother. And that made me comfortable to do the same thing as well.
Ben's the kind of guy that you can always go to. He's like a big brother. Having him in the office, having another older brother in the office was really nice. And he just helps round us out, even as brothers on the team. And so I think that's one of the things I'll miss about Ben.
Having your team spread across being someone here physically and then a bunch of remote workers, it's tough to make everybody feel included. Ben not only would do that himself, but he would encourage others to make sure that they included remote people. I think they've all really appreciated his effort to include them. Scott Dove said, "Thank you for the beautiful example of self-sacrifice. Jess Powell said that she remembers Ben walking around with a hammer. It always makes her chuckle. Jake Gore said he loves Ben's patience, and he thinks it's amazing watching Jehovah's blessing on the decisions that Ben makes. Michelle Garza says one of the things she appreciates most about Ben is his love for people, and right away how welcomed she felt by him. Eleni Lima said, thank you for everything you did for the editing team. Forever green. Delira Hubbard said something that seems very nice, but it's in Spanish.
The thing that I've always admired about Ben is he's like a man's man, right? Like Ben is our Ron Swanson. He will take a tree down with his own hands and he will carve that tree into a knife. And then he'll use that knife to take down another tree. Like that's just Ben Williams. But he's so willing to be strong when he needs to be strong, to be kind when he needs to be kind, to be a goofball when you really need a goofball to break the tension. When you don't know what else to do but to get a xylophone involved, that's when you call Ben Williams.
It's a pistachio cake decorated with fondant in the style of a comical Wolverine, a round circle Wolverine. So, in terms of shapes, a circle is a pretty friendly shape, and, triangles can be a little bit more scary, the more angles, more scary the shape. And I just thought it was cool that the Wolverine was circle. And I think that's kind of representative of Ben. He's Wolverine, but a circle Wolverine. Friendly Wolverine.
Well, always, from day one, Ben Williams, the kindest overseer ever.
Just about every day, there was always something happening in or around his office that made it exciting to come to work every day.
Oh yeah, the salsa. That guy can make some mean salsa. That will be missed.
I'd never been to another team where they just took time to have chips and salsa with one another. And I was like, this is cool. It didn't matter what you're doing with your project, how late it was or where you're at. Ben would just be down to play darts and really appreciate that.
I appreciate Ben taking a chance on me because that request definitely has changed my life.
I'll miss sitting in his office talking about nothing, just playing with the toys in his office. Yeah, I'll miss the Circle Wolverine on our team.
Everything that Ben did, we all know that Jehovah valued every second of it, and I hope he continues to take that with him and find fuel in his service there in Florida.
I can only imagine Jehovah's smile of approval on these years of sacrificing and ministering in his behalf, and how they've supported the governing body. And boy, they should feel good about that. I know we do.
Ben and Yomari, their time spent here was very valuable to us as Bethelites, but also to Jehovah. But that doesn't mean that what they're doing now in Florida isn't also very valuable. It's the same. They're pleasing Jehovah, and we're really proud of them here. So we're part of their support team, even if we're far away.
I know he's going to have memories of us kind of turning from a team into a family.
People use the army illustration. You're in the trenches with your friends, and I don't even have to encourage him to do this because I know it's going to be natural, but I'm excited that we will continue to be good friends.
We didn't know him, he didn't know us, but after all these years, he carries with him experiences, our love, our friendship. Once Jehovah gives that to him, which he did, it's his forever. And they'll take that with them to Florida and into the New World, and no one can take it from them.
As I walk by Ben's office, Ben will yell out, "Is that the Glenn Davies machine? Is it functioning at 100%? But it's that little thing that every time I walk by his office, I expect for him to call out. That's just mine and Ben's thing. But what's cool is we all have our own my and Ben's thing. So every day. It's going to be interesting to see as we all walk by Ben's office. Those little smiles, those little looks to the right as we all remember our, mine, and Ben's thing.
I hope that they will leave knowing that they still have family here and that we love them.